4.5 months on the Pacific, and well, have a look over there, boys. We are the Maclean brothers, and we are currently rowing halfway around the world across the entire Pacific Ocean, 9,000 miles, non-stop and unsupported from South America to Australia. Our goal is to set the speed record for the fastest human-powered crossing of the full Pacific Ocean.
On top of this, we're trying to raise £1 million for clean water projects. We're going to give it our all, so follow along and find out what happens.
That's us officially across the border between New Caledonian waters and Australian waters, which means we're only about 650 nautical miles from land. Next stop, Cairns, baby. Next stop, Cairns! Yahoo! Australian waters, baby!
There's a force that gets me up when the morning time arrives. It might come to me quite naturally or need summoned up sometimes. Planting feet in front of the other can often feel like treading mud, but you can
The zen of rowing.
fighting while my heart's still pumping blood. Maybe you're confused.
Catching up on lost hours.
I am too stuck on life's complex equations that I wish we understood. But could it be so simple as to live?
Weather's a bit like Scotland today.
Very grey, drizzly.
To listen to your woes.
Oh, hello. Having a little brew.
Got a new friend?
What are you up to, buddy?
Hold you close.
We've just hit a massive milestone, and I don't think that Jamie and Ewan have noticed. They're just listening to the audiobook, and I'm going to annoy them by putting on a song.
Can we help you?
We've hit 500 miles, boys! And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500.
No, God gave me my ears.
This morning is the last spoon of peanut butter.
And gave me both my arms.
Pretty wild night out here. Lots of waves coming over the boat from the side. We're in the final straight, but I don't think it's going to get easy at any point. Whoa! You seen this guy? What's going on? Hey! Hey!
We were just rowing along and a tanker just emerged beside us, which is always slightly disconcerting because they're really big. And then noticed that there was another one which we were kind of confusing the two because you don't see that many of them. And then a second ago, this guy's just appeared. Look at that. It's absolutely huge. Rose Emily's pretty tough, but not sure I want to get hit by one of those. Check the AIS map. That is like ship tracking. And there's tons of them. There seems to be some sort of shipping line or something like that. Anyway, we switched on the AIS for our boat, which we usually keep it off just because we don't have a huge amount of power and don't seem to be able to see our boat. I suspect that that one's the AIS and it's not working anymore. Last one had a wee accident. He fell asleep standing up and it like popped out and then he put it back in. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep a bit of a watch because we don't want to get hit by one of those boats.
Well, as we approach Australia, looking forward to seeing some friends and loved ones at the finish line. But I think we're also all quite aware of the people that aren't going to be there. And sadly, one of those people is our dad. Just due to health reasons, he's not going to be able to come out, which, yeah, feel gutted about. Really, really looking forward to get back to Scotland and seeing him on the other side. And yeah, just like these experiences, I think they just bring to life. They really shine a light on the people you value most and the people you love most. So a blessing and a curse, for sure. Day 134. Probably one of the toughest days yet on some levels. I think just emotions running pretty hot today. Ewan and I had like probably the closest thing to like a proper argument. I just wasn't a very nice, chat. We're usually much, I think, better at resolving those conversations. And then I think afterwards we kind of just realised it wasn't actually anything to do with the stuff we'd been chatting about. It was about Dad not being able to come out. You think that you're having an argument about one thing, but really it's actually just emotions that are bubbling under the surface. It's going to be a very wet night, lots of side-on waves, but we're moving in the right direction. Although we've only got a few more days to go, it's not getting any easier, that's for sure.
Day 137, making pretty good progress today. We managed to round the southern tip of Flinders Reef, which has been our goal for the last few days, and we weren't sure whether we'd get south of it, but we did. And now we're essentially pointing direct to Cairns with one last major obstacle in our way, that being the Great Barrier Reef. It's hot.
Very hot.
It's far too hot.
It's going to be tough until the end.
We've had current against us all day. It's been flat calm. We've been rowing 3 up for about 10 hours. I think we're going to have to row like this for the next 24 hours to get to Cairns.
Fun wee while ahead of us, eh, boys?
Not meant to be easy.
The last final push, it was never going to be easy. The Pacific was never going to make it easy.
They were south of Cairns and they had to get north to get to Cairns. The East Australian current was running south to north and it was set to carry them.
We're pushing hard.
But then it turned and they had quite significant current against them. So they were rowing 3 up to just try and cross the reef as quickly as they could, get out of the current basically.
The Pacific is not done with us yet, it seems. We've had a really tough time trying to get through the East Australian current, pretty continuous and very relentless.
They were going through a channel at one point that was only 800 metres wide. The wind was sort of blowing north to south, so we advised them to stay to the north of that channel as much as possible because they could get blown onto the reef. They did some quite complex navigation stuff at night, picked their way through quite intricate stuff, but they crossed the Great Barrier Reef.
We've been at sea for 139 days, 4.5 months on the Pacific, and, well, have a look over there, boys. That's Australia, boys! Woo! That's Australia! There we go! That is Australian soil! We're coming for you!
Cairns Marina, this is Rose Emily. Do you have pizza and beer? I repeat, do you have pizza and beer? Over.
I don't know if you can see changes that have come over me
What a journey.
these last few days.
What a ride it's been.
Afraid that I might drift.
There's been good times, there's been some bad times, there's been some tears, a good amount of laughter. We've rode through storms, we've dodged cyclones, we've been thrown about and smashed by waves. Maclean was even thrown overboard right here. We've navigated through atolls and coral reefs, we've persevered through heavy rain and blistering sun, surfed some pretty big waves and battled some pretty unforgiving headwinds. And we've travelled alongside some pretty incredible animals.
We've had a lot of time missing friends and family. We've missed so many little things that you take for granted. Having a shower, clean sheets, just a stationary object, a walk just to clear your head, someone to hug.
The main challenge has been the mental, just keeping morale high, always trying to see the positives and just enjoy those small moments along the way. Something that we've learned is that every moment of darkness is always followed by light.
Caledonia has been everything I've ever had.
Tomorrow we'll be waking up probably within a few miles of Cairns, the destination that we've been working towards for 20 weeks. Can't quite believe it. Hey Ewan, it's alright. One final time, getting up. Oh boy, almost there. The thing that's really kept us going is all the people supporting this road.
Support we felt from friends, family, and people around the world.
We've had so many words of support, people donating, people doing things to support us. It's just blowing us away.
We are doing this road to fundraise for clean water projects in Madagascar. That money could give 40,000 people clean water for life. Hopefully we can raise some money through this road. We'll see.
Couldn't have done that.